Hello? Alright. Yeah, here we go. Alright, well, the situation continues to deteriorate. And this is from, well, yesterday. Yeah, I still had recordings from the couple days before I'd probably want to do, but...
I have the orb.
I probably ought to get a bigger hard drive, because I end up having to delete stuff before I have time to mess with it.
Death gives you purpose.
That might be something I could do, is maybe upgrade the stuff I'm using here, because I really want to get one of these units that does the on-the-fly encryption into MKV or some shit like that. The only problem with those is that there isn't any really good free editor for MKV.
Attack the mine node.
It's very convenient. You just capture this in AVI and then use like cheap public domain like editors on it, and then just use a compressor. But yeah, the compression's not real good. Not for the dumps. After you compress them, they're not too bad. But if I could compress them during a capture, that would be much better.
In position.
It's a little hard to edit like that. That's all. I'd have to get one of these commercial programs, Sony Vegas or some shit like that. And frankly, I like the free ones. They do what I need, and they don't do a whole lot of extra shit that I don't care about. I think I screwed up here. This is actually 2 matches. The first one is a pretty horrible loss. We're going to lose this one really quick.
Grab the orb.
And once again, I can't hit anything.
Leviathan available. Blue core is vulnerable.
A few days ago, I was fooling around on YouTube, and I ran across yeah, I got his vehicle. No, I didn't get his vehicle. It's up on YouTube. I was looking at random videos. I ran across some video from a military marksman of some sort. He was talking about how to his magical technique for aiming and hitting stuff. I'd never heard that one before. His whole thing was, well, basically you should stare intently at the sight, the front sight, and then you'll hit every time. And he was proving it with optical illusions and shit. Well,
I have the orb.
Sounded plausible to me, I guess. And I got kind of excited about that because I said, hey, maybe I can apply this to these video games. I mean, I don't actually have a front sight, but I do have a reticle. So it occurred to me, well, maybe if I sit here and stare intently at that reticle instead of the shit back there I'm trying to aim at, maybe it'll improve my accuracy. Well, there's always a big placebo effect with shit like that, but and having played around with that idea, I found that it's not really quite that simple. It did seem to work on a few occasions. It did seem like I was able to actually, improve my accuracy just by staring intently at the cursor instead of the thing I'm targeting. But not in every instance. For some weapons and some firing types, it did actually seem to work better to stare at the picture and kind of ignore the reticle. Or maybe nothing you would do with an actual gun would actually apply to what amounts to a 3-dimensional image orthographically projected onto a 2-dimensional screen anyway. Or maybe there's nothing to this whole thing anyway except some random YouTube video by some guy who's just putting everybody on. I don't get out to the firing range to try this stuff out too often. So that's the other thing I can do. Yeah, we're about to lose quick. We're already down to 22 points. This guy will probably finish this off right here. Yeah, he's got Berserk or something. Yep, that's the end of that match. That was quick. You can see we're outnumbered there. And the teams are, well,
Leviathan construction stopped.
Hate to use the word stacked, I guess. That is, the teams really are pretty stacked on this. We got McIntosh and a few other good players on the other side, and we got a couple players on our side that are working with really high pings, and they're I guess they're not quite at the skill level of some of these other guys. So
Grab
And I think
your
they're going to
orb.
pick up fun times on the other team as well, and that's going to really kind of push it in their favor. But we will win this one. This is the kind of play I always try to make at the beginning of this map.
I've got the orb. I'm on your
Didn't manage to get the orb carrier out. It looked like a really easy shot, but he did manage to escape. Although he's not going to get anywhere near the core or the node anyway. That's going to give us the opportunity to turn around. Well, can't quite turn around and make a line for the enemy node because we still got people shooting at this one. I could have went ahead for the node because there were people up here taking care of that, but I tend to want to take care of situations like that myself. I am going to ignore the other Scorpion and just go in. There's a tank right there I'd like to target. I'm going to miss him completely. Another easy shot that I managed to finish. I will manage to finish him off here at least. Okay.
I have the orb.
And get on over towards the node and help heal it. There's a red guy up in there somewhere. Yeah, there's a manta up there. He ditched that manta because he seen me getting into the Scorpion. I'll probably suicide the Scorpion as soon as he jumps down there and tries to attack. Nope, managed to get him out. Well, let me go up forward and tag it. Get right back in. Yeah. And the orb comes in and attacks him. Okay, and this man will hit me. Mechitage in the mana. Alright.
Leviathan construction stopped.
And our node is immediately under fire. Well, that's difficult.
In position.
Alright.
Grab your orb.
Oh, and that's the kind of thing you don't want to do. I do spend a lot of time. It's nice to be able to drive the vehicles and look in a direction other than the direction you're driving. And normally you can do that when you're really familiar with the maps, but once in a while you screw up pretty badly and you just drive over a cliff because you weren't watching. I just seen the red orb crossing over to the right, so obviously he's going to the node, so I need to get back over to the node because he's almost certainly going to cap.
Enemy orb carrier down.
Yeah, he's well, maybe not. Looks like he went down. There is a red guy right there. That's okay. I'll just sit here and try to hold this thing for a couple seconds. Oh, we picked up a tow. Let's see how far I get. Hoping for a fling. We're not getting that, and runs me right into a guy on foot.
Grab your orb.
I think he was trying to run that guy down, but he missed him. Hurry up and get in this turret. We've got a blue levy out there. That's going to help us a lot. Okay.
Attack the enemy prime
I've got the
Yeah,
orb.
just using this turret is like job one for me on this map. It's I alternate between offense and defense. You know, I'll stay on defense until I see the red orb go down or the red orb cap a node that's far away from here, and that gives me a few seconds when I know they can't just jump in and cap, and so I'll make an offensive run. And if I succeed with that, then we end up with the node. If I don't succeed with it, then I just recap. Then I just respawn right back here, get right back into the turret if it's available. Or anyway, defend the node until I get another chance to go forward. And that's pretty much how I operate. While I'm back here playing defense, hopefully the rest of the team is doing their offensive thing. Get into a vehicle. Because the blue node went down while I was, because the rest of the team was taking the enemy node while I was sitting there keeping them off of our node. So now I can go forward. The red orb's right there. Oh, they got it. They got down the ground. Good. I'll help heal that tank a little bit.
All clear.
Oh, shit. Oh. Still haven't installed Windows 10. I'm really unmotivated. I mean, I can't get No Man's Sky. It doesn't even exist as far as I know. There's other games out there, but I don't want them. I only want the one I've been reading about. There's one called Salt that I read about the other day. I might get that one because it's oh, and the levy driver rides right over me. Okay, I'll get into the turret and help him out. This isn't really the turret I want, but I'll stick with it for the moment. Yeah, I'm gonna get took out by this guy with a dual link gun, actually. pretty horrible.
Grab your orb.
That's fun times. He's on the other team. There's a game called Salt that I thought I might get, which is similar in one way to No Man's Sky in that it's procedurally generated. You're not flying around in a spaceship, you're floating around on the ocean on a little raft, but there's just basically thousands and thousands or millions and millions of little islands for you to explore. And
I think I've made
it's gotten very good reviews on Steam, although the negative reviews, I always tend to read those too, and some of them say, well, there's not much to do, you know. Which, I'm not sure if that's an issue. I'm just not sure if I want to spend $15. I mean, I don't want to spend money on any game, really. There is a free demo, but I'll probably end up getting that. But I procrastinate. I have no motivation at all. I really need to install Windows 10. I need to quit screwing around and do it. It's just that it's such a pain in the ass to have to do a complete install. I can't cap this fucking shield. I'm gonna get killed, and yeah, somebody else is gonna finish that cap for me though. They're gonna pick up that. Yep, there we go. We got it. I get right back out of the turret because now I got time. I can't get the orb because there's fire on that node. I gotta wait for either the fire to go down there or to go down to the prime. Then I can cap there. There's a red tank coming in on the enemy prime. The enemy prime just went down. Okay, well I'll grab this orb, and if I don't get a tow, I'll run straight over to our prime and try to hold that. Don't have to worry about the mine node for the moment. But our prime could go down because it's been several seconds since I saw any sign of the red orb, so it could very easily be incoming on us. And now there is fire on the node there. I'm gonna have to come in here and try to hold this damn thing. There's that red guy. Missed him completely. Oh, there's that red orb. I need to get in there. He's gonna beat me to it. Okay, now I gotta stay alive for a few seconds. And fortunately I had a shield, otherwise I wouldn't have made that. I need to quit screwing around and cap this motherfucker. Okay.
Grab your orb.
That was fortunate. And Red did not get any points from that offensive run up there. I'll get back in the turret, take this tank out. He's concentrating on somebody else and not getting under cover, but he was taking fire from the other direction anyway. That's Geronimo trying to sniper me out of this. Fortunately, I got him before he got me. Okay, so the situation's relatively under control. I just gotta look out for incoming orbs, but the enemy node is down again. Oh, Red came back and took it right back. Well, let me follow through, and there's a pretty good chance that no, the nuke is not there. Okay, well, yeah, we took it back again. Good. I predicted that might happen because it's kind of been going that way.
All clear.
I'll probably get out of here and kill that tank a little bit, but maybe not. Oh yeah, I am. Nope.
You cannot defeat us.
The tank is going forward. Yeah, I'm really hating him for this, but since that's what he wants to do, I'm gonna go and try to give him some cover. But Red's gonna come in right behind him. This man will get me. That's probably mech time. Nope, that's fun times. That's why you don't drive the tank forward like that. The tank's not an offensive weapon. He should have kept that as the enemy prime. But you know, people get on here. It's the weekend. They want to screw around. And, yeah. If that's what they want to do, I try to back him up. You know, I don't really want to, but I figured, well, if that's what he wants to do, I'll take my vehicle and try to support him. You know, maybe we'll get lucky. It would be really dramatic, but it's not going to happen. And of course, you know, you take that strong vehicle and you run it forward, and you leave the node behind you undefended, and the enemy's just gonna say to hell with you and ignore you and just go around you and just take the node back. You know. Once you're in that position, you know, there's not much you can do. You can go back, but you're going to be dead by the time you get there because you've been taking damage all this time anyway. Yeah, that vehicle's going to get me. Okay. Yeah, we're in trouble. Need to run back to the prime and hold that down. There's our tank.
Attack the enemy prime node.
I was kind of worried about that tank through much of this because I've seen him hanging around over by the mine node. I really hate it when tank drivers do that. That's a legitimate tactic and shit, but quite often when they do that, you know, you end up losing the prime because the tank is such an asset over by the prime. Totally failed to take this guy out unless I get a shot. I might get him here. Yeah, there we go. get in this vehicle for this. And totally missed. I'm going to abort the suicide and get out. He'll probably get me with his shock balls, but it's not going to matter because we got the enemy prime. Alright, spawned over there.
I have the orb.
We've got our levy in the middle. I'm going to look up and see. Oh, here comes the red orb. Not really paying attention, but he's there. No, yeah, there he is. Managed to get him out. I'm just going to ignore that incoming missile and ditch this thing. Got the red orb out. Gonna run forward and stand guard over it. And once again, this is not the thing to do, you know. I mean, it looks really good. Seems like a good idea, but, you know, you really don't want to do it. Because you're attracting all kinds of attention. You're going to get multiple people coming in on you, and one of them is going to sneak up on you like this guy. I should have just suicided on that thing, but I figured I could shoot him down, but it ain't happening. Yeah.
Defend the prime node.
Enemy orb.
Okay, so now I'm stuck with trying to... He's not getting in here. Yeah, he's gonna come in on the right. Just jump up and squish him. That's it, and there's... Yeah, of course the other one just whips out an arrow. Now there's a problem here. See, yeah, he's gonna try. And unfortunately, he had more than me shooting at him, all the suicide on him. Yeah, I really should just install Windows 10. It would be much better, I think. Check and see if that nuke is there. I still haven't switched myself back to special ops. You know, I am phenomenally lazy. Seriously, I am. I just don't get anything done. I have no energy, man. I work all day. I work like a dog. I work long time, overtime. I have no energy for this shit. I'm old and wretched. What can I tell you? Oh, I'm gonna stand guard back. Oh yeah. There's a red vendor. We need to get him out of here. The red orbital should be showing up any second. There's a red scorpion came in as suicide. He's up on top now. Ah. There we go. And I'm going to shoot the nuke preemptively because I figured, I'm guessing the red orb would come in right about that time that nuke hit, but I guessed completely wrong, and the red orb is just going to walk in and take it out. I'm going to manage to salvage his manta, and then lose it anyway, because the Goliath was right there. I was trying to get under cover from that Goliath and totally failed to do it. Okay, well, the fallback position, get right back in the turret, and try to hold on to our node for the inevitable. Well, it would be inevitable, but this team we're up against is not acting real coordinated, so we may not see an incoming orb here. That's a pretty good way to judge the enemy team, you know, because when they give you a setback like that, the very next thing they should be doing is dragging the orb in onto your enemy prime, but they're not doing that. So that tells you something right there about this other team. Up there they are. That's what they need. I gotta ditch. I gotta get out of here. We're lucky we took that out because he got in under cover where I couldn't hit him with that turret, and he was heading in with that orb, but we didn't. Well, I don't think I stopped him. The other guy stopped him, but he was out. So we very narrowly avoided this prime there. It's still under fire. Okay. Let's keep this guy busy. He's dying hard there.
Leviathan construction stopped.
Oh, there he is. He's gonna steal that scorpion, but we'll get him out. 3 scorpions right here anyway, so that's not a problem. Are we going after the enemy prime? No, they can get this vendor out. Where's our orb? The orb's still sticking by the prime. I'm gonna get, since there's no forward initiative going on here, I'm gonna get right back to the turret. And we got more incoming. Not a whole lot to worry about. I really should install Windows 10, I guess. Oh, there's that orb. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, and they took it this time. Look around, make sure I'm not about to get swished by a manta. There's our orb, so if he can stay alive, maybe we can cap this back. I should take out some of these people that are causing trouble. There we go, we got it. So they're not available to harass the orb carrier. Oh, here comes the nuke. I'm gonna get up on my board so it doesn't knock me over. And they flubbed it. They didn't hit the node with it. They did get my turret out.
Attack.
And
the
Fun
enemy
Times
prime
comes in
node.
with the black cannon. Okay, let's get this. It's still under fire. Yeah, it's looking troublesome. Once they picked up Fun Times, it got a little bit more competitive, I'd say.
No.
I did watch another video about. I'm gonna grab that orb. I've only got 46 hit points, so that's 18 hit points, so that's not so good. I'm thinking I should just suicide on the orb, but the other player's gonna beat me to it. Well, and then the tank comes in. Okay, so our node is still under fire, and there's a tank covering it now, so that's a little bit of a problem. Okay, Red has shot down our node. They're building it. That's not so good. I know there's a tank back there, and he took me right out. Yeah. Thought I could get a little bit closer, but no, not quite. Let's stand right here and just, since I don't have a vehicle, I don't see anything immediately available for me to do. Someone else has the orb. Hopefully somebody's going to tow him in a manto, but I'm not looking. I don't see anybody in this area, so I need to be here to watch out for incoming. I might go over there and grab one of them scorpions. They'd be useful. Thinking about it.
Under construction.
It takes me a couple seconds to go over there, and in those couple of seconds, a mana could come flying through here, and
3 minutes remain.
it's a risk. Oh, here comes something. That's a scorpion. That's not good. He'll suicide into the wall, and then use the momentum to jump himself up over that cliff, and he's probably got Berserk, and he does. I'll totally miss the combination. We'll get him out after losing about 20 points. Not too bad.
Leviathan
More Reds on foot. I'm not giving him a tow. There's our tank over there.
Leviathan construction stopped.
In more or less the wrong place, I'd say, but he does appear to be moving in the right direction now, so that's a good thing. I guess he got tired of loitering over there by the mine node and decided to be more useful at the prime, and he's right. That's exactly what he should be doing. Okay. Okay, here's what I want. I'm gonna have to suicide there to get. There's a nice suicide. I am at least able to aim those suicides. I can usually manage to get that. You can usually manage to let that vehicle go in the right direction to hit whatever it is I need to be hitting, even when they're moving targets. So I guess I'm a little proud of that. It's not that hard to do though. There goes our tank. Lost that. Try to get under the wall here.
Stopped. Attack the prime.
And I hate to just jump over here and just suicide the thing into the nose, but that's probably the best thing for me to do. Looks like I've got an open field here, so I'll just suicide on it and proceed to shoot this thing down. Hopefully we can shoot it down with a 2-shot. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's better. Got about a minute to go.
Attack the enemy prime node. Leviathan under construction.
Still overtime with a 10-point lead, so
1 minute remains.
Not completely full of confidence, I'd say. Let me get in the turret. The standard defensive posture. There's a red I can get, maybe. No, he's undercover again. There's another red. Managed to get him out. All kinds of damage on this turret, though. Yeah.
I am forever.
Here comes that orb. I need to shoot him down before he gets in there. Yeah, knocked him off his board. That's all I. No, not quite. Fortunately, that time we managed to get him down, but he would have capped if our blue orb hadn't been there on hand to shield the node. Let me repair my turret here. Always want to watch that mini map intently when you're doing something like this, because your field of view is restricted. You can't look around. The red orb can't show up for a few seconds, but you don't want them sneaking up on you while you're concentrating on healing some dumb thing like this. No, the other video game I was sort of interested was this. Oh, here he comes again. Yeah, there. Yeah, knocked him off his board, which is all I was trying to do. Let me finish him off. And we got the enemy prime down. Okay, much better. So yeah, they're making an attempt. The other video game I was having some interest in was called Dreadnought, which is basically deathmatch with spaceships. And it looks okay. Frankly, to me, it looks a lot like Unreal Tournament Deathmatch, only with spaceships instead of peoples.
Leviathan available.
That might be
Defend
fun to
the
mess
prime
around
node.
with. From the video I saw, it looks like the controls on those vehicles are pretty similar to the controls on the Unreal Tournament vehicles also. And
Grab
boy,
your
I hate
orb.
that. Watch out for that
Red
tree,
core
pilot.
is vulnerable.
Yeah, when you're towing people through a wood like that, it's real easy, especially if you're in a hurry, to just slam them against every tree in the place. You're gonna kill them pretty quickly if you do that.
Attack the enemy prime node.
Oh, I'm not gonna live through this. Those shock balls, you know, they can't combo them, but they'll pretty much kill anything for a long way around. Get right back in the turret. And hopefully that note will go down before the orb comes in. But we'll see.
Grab
Okay.
your orb.
Absolutely nothing. That levy over there by the enemy prime's a big problem.
You cannot defeat us.
So hopefully they'll shoot him down pretty presently here, and by then that mine node should time out. We might get a levy ourselves. Oh, there's a manta. They came in and capped. They didn't even see him come in. I'd really rather have a scorpion here, but yeah. But you can take out those manas with the shock balls if you really have to.
Core
With a
is
little luck.
secure.
Now I'm going forward. This really isn't the vehicle to stand there and try to hold shit off.
Grab your
Although
orb.
you can do it. Grab that. This is a good vehicle to grab the purple thing.
I've got the orb.
We got our node back. Also a good vehicle to do sharpshooting at, if there's anything to shoot at. You can get into a pretty good position right here with it. You can get out and, well, I can at least take that turret out. Oh, the levy's out too, that's good. There goes a mana. Wasn't sure if I saw an orb attached to that mana, but I did not. Probably should have just proceeded back to the empty node, but I'm gonna take it. Oh, there's one. Juggernaut. Okay. There's all kinds of people hanging around over here, so I'm gonna make another offensive run if I can get all. Okay, and that should just about do it, I think. Oh. Yeah. Not a bad match. I've seen worse, but it's pretty inevitable at this point. We're just gonna finish it up. Yeah, that's about it. You know, just gotta go back and go to work in a day or two after this wonderful holiday, and then put about 10 hours of overtime over the next few days. Yeah.
Grab your orb.
That's great. That's just great. Unless I win the lottery, that would come. It's a good day.
Core destroyed.
Oh god, I'm tired. I gotta get some sleep. It's ridiculous. Yep, that should just about do it. Okay, well, I'll try to, I'm gonna try to get another one of these done this weekend. Have you